Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Leon Zer and Stupidity, and this is my. They are divine beings that humans must acquire favor by playing hockey. They're the subject of worship in Canadian polytheism, which is the dominant religion in Canada, and teams, players, and cities can be blessed and cursed. Their powers and their presence interfere in all things related to hockey. Now, the Stanley Cup is a sacred relic, and one other little minor detail is that luck is actually just the hockey gods doing their machinations, whatever that may be. So think about them: is that they're greedy bastards. They desire sacrifices and they're fickle and turbulent. They may or may not be to Aztec gods. And every year the reason they're agreed is that every year the Stanley Cup playoffs is a yearly ritual by which the hockey gods get their sacrifices and don their blessings upon Stanley Cup champions. So, what is the sacrifice? Acquiring the Stanley Cup enacts a heavy toll. As I said, it's all about sacrifice, whether it be physical and mental, the body and pain, exhaustion. It's all a sacrifice, and the playoffs and the gods feast upon the tears of the fallen. They feast upon those that have battled and have lost. For only those that win in the end will remain to drink, but from the Stanley Cup itself. So the by methods, it's a standard sports format. Entry into the playoffs. The weakest teams are called, and those that remain are eligible to work towards the Stanley Cup. It's 4 round gauntlet. The carnage that ensues is the best sacrifice, and the victors of the playoffs are living gods. Their souls have entered Elysium, and they are now officially immortal. So athletes, according to the ancient Greeks, are the closest living beings we have to gods. Their bodies are pushed to physical perfection, and those that win the cup will enter into Elysium. And unfortunately, not there are many great players that will never enter into Elysium because the only way to enter is to win. The Stanley Cup. It's basically the Holy Grail. Can only be given once sufficient sacrifices are given, aka once the playoffs have completed. Uh, Beer drunk from the Stanley Cup is said to have psychedelic properties, and it's strongest for those that have entered Elysium. They have like this. They describe the sense of euphoria and ascendance when players and coaches, when they drink from the cup, they literally ascend. Legends say it was discovered by Lord Stanley on Oak Island. That's why it's called the Stanley Cup, because it was discovered there in some kind of ancient graveyard. It was very strange, according to legend. And all other trophies are made by the NHL, hence they are not magical. I'm talking about like the President's Trophy, the MVP trophies. These are not divine trophies. These are man-made things that we have created. Yeah, I know they're good to reward players, but they're not divine. They don't have this sacred status. Elysium, it's a paradise for heroes. The Hall of Fame is based off of the true Elysium, hence why we have many players that are honored in the Hockey Hall of Fame that are actually not in Elysium because the only way to enter is to win the cup. So that's the big difference. I know it sucks. The gods are merciless, but enter into Elysium, you win the cup. But at least for those that don't, you at least have like the Hockey Hall of Fame, and they're like Hall of Famers. At least you have that. And to really show the fickle nature of the gods, we must first talk about blessings and curses, because after all, this is a pagan ritual. After all, not all teams are treated equally by the hockey gods. Some are favored, others forsaken. Why this is the case, we don't know. Sometimes by chance, other times by forces of good and evil. And it's important to know which teams are like straight up cursed, which ones are not. So let's go through some of the blessed teams. The Montreal Canadiens, they got the most Stanley Cups multiple dynasties. Any Habs fan will tell you that they win most cups. They'll rub 1993 in your faces. So many Hall of Fame players. They're a very old team, and they're just lucky. I don't know how else to say. They're a lucky team. You know, they've never been out of the playoffs for more than 3 years in a row. They go to the finals in 2021. Their two best players retire. They are shit 3 years later. They have the best D prospect, the best Russian prospect, and a bona fide top line. Like, how do you do that in 3 years? I don't freaking understand. Like, like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, yeah, and of course, as I said, they're the last Canadian team to win the Cup. 1993, Habs fans will always rub that in our faces. 1993, fuck. We're the last ones to win, It's funny. Anyways, Pittsburgh Penguins. Here's the thing. They weren't always lucky. In the beginning, they sucked really bad. Up until Lemieux. Lemieux single-handedly saved this team twice. Got 2 cups as a player, and now he's the owner of the team. But why? Why does he just make this team lucky? Well, it's a thing called Hodgkin's lymphoma. In 1993, bro had a godlike season. Like, straight up offensively the best season ever. And it was interrupted by cancer. Like, he was going to beat the points record that Gretzky set. And then he got cancer. They were the best team in the league, and they didn't even win the cup. And it's like, it's pretty ridiculous, Thus, the hockey gods, the thing is, they made Lemieux literally divine. He's literally a god. He has been cancer-free since. I don't know how you do that. They literally have blessed him. And ever since, everything Lemieux touches makes the Pittsburgh Penguins good. I think it really says something that they got Crosby immediately after Lemieux, and they've been good for forever, The only time they're bad is when Lemieux is not there. So he's literally this team. He's literally divine. The Vegas Golden Knights entered the league in 2017. They were immediately good. In the first 6 years, 1 cup, 2 finals appearances, and 2 conference finals appearances. That's an excellent run. Just one of the best first years ever. By the way, they also have like the art of the deal, of course. That's the thing with Vegas. They wheel and deal, and they manage to like outwheel everybody else. I don't know if it's by luck or if it's by like the GM being a genius. I have no idea. Like the entry draft deals, they trade for players that nobody wants, or rather that trade for players that are that want to leave. They sign new elite coaches. They trade away fan favorite players. They're merciless. They're cutthroat, and they just keep winning. It's either luck or they're Gary Bettman's baby. It's one of the two. Okay. The cursed teams. Now, you can't talk about the most cursed teams in the NHL without talking about the Leafs. They are objectively cursed. Like, I'm not literally cursed. I am not lying. They are. You have to keep in mind, they were once blessed. Second most Stanley Cups. 2 dynasties, they were once blessed. Until this man, Harold Ballard. He single-handedly cursed this team. He was the owner of the Leafs from 1972 to 1990. He is evil. He made the team suck when he was alive. And ever since he died, he has cursed this team. He's the reason the Leafs have this fucking trauma bond about them. He literally abused the freaking Leafs as GM. I want you to look at the early 70s Leafs and some of the players they drafted that they were forced to trade away because of this monster. Then you realize, holy shit, they should have had a dynasty in the 70s. Ballard fucked them over. What the I don't know what they can do to end this. I'm sorry, Matthews. I don't know what you can do. I'm sorry, Marner. It's not you guys. It's the divine. You're cursed. I don't know what this man did. The Buffalo Sabres. This one I just have no fucking idea. 14 season playoff drought. Longest in history. How? I have no idea. What did you do to spite the gods? It's a hellhole. I don't know what to say. It just sucks away talent. Players leave and they win. Eichel wins a cup. with Vegas. O'Reilly wins a cup and a Conn Smythe. Ryan Hart wins a cup. Allmark leaves and play for the best regular season team ever and won a Vezina. Myers leaves to go to other cursed teams. I don't know. I don't know how this keeps happening. They draft these players. Everyone knows these players are good, but together in Buffalo they don't work. They leave and everything's dandy and they win there. It's like I don't know how. Like, fuck. I don't know how this works. Vancouver Canucks. This would be the final cursed team. What makes them cursed is that they're the high school drama franchise. Like, everything is toxic in Vancouver. Everything is fucking the pettiest drama. There's a reason that they keep like rebuilding and imploding every 5 years. It's literally just because high school drama. This past season, Miller leaves, Bure leaves, Neely leaves, Bertuzzi leaves. All these great players that they had, they just leave. Why? Because high school drama. I don't know what's up with the Canucks. It's literally just high school drama. There's something about the 1970 teams. I don't know why. They hated the 1970 teams. I don't know why. Which includes Buffalo, by the way. The 1970 teams are hated. Anyways, thank you. This is just an introduction into Canadian polytheism. I hope you enjoyed and you found this educational. And have a great day, and thank you.